Every time you open Chrome or Edge, you are being tracked. Every site you visit, every search you run, every link you click. That data goes to advertisers, and that is why ads follow you everywhere you go online. Now, privacy first browsers like Brave exist to stop that. And today I'm going to walk you through how to set one of those up. Welcome to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham. If you're a small business owner looking to simplify technology and get real, actionable advice from someone with 35 years of IT experience, you're in the right place. Every episode, I'll dive into tools and systems like email, CRM, marketing and tracking, and I'll break them down into bite-sized tips you can use straight away. Your time is valuable, so let's get straight to the point. It's time to work smarter, not harder. Rise and Shine, it's your business tech boost with me, Charly Leetham, episode number 682. It is Walkthrough Wednesday, and today we're going to be walking through Brave Browser, what it is, how shields work, how to use profiles to keep your work, personal and banking activity completely separate. Now, Brave Browser, Brave, was created by a guy called Brendan Ish. I don't know how to pronounce it. You've got an Aussie pronunciation right there. Brendan was the guy who invented JavaScript and co-founded Mozilla and Firefox. He founded Brave in 2015 after leaving Mozilla. So it's not a new product, but it's not a very old product either. Brave is built on Chromium or Chromium OS, which is the same engine that Chrome uses. So it's going to look and feel particularly familiar to those of you that do like to use Chrome. Now, Chrome was built by Google, which makes money from your data. Brave has been built specifically to keep your data to yourself. Brave has things like built-in ad and tracking blocking without needing any extensions. It causes pages to load faster too as a result of it. Now, one of the benefits that people sort of bang on about with Brave is that it's got a crypto reward system. It's opt-in and it's easy to ignore, but it is worth knowing that it's there if you kind of want to do that, if you kind of want to get involved with that. I don't use it myself. I played with it for a little bit, but it's just, yeah, it's not my thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, now that I've told you a little bit about Brave and why you want to use it, I'm actually going to go through where you find it, how you set it, well, not how you set it up exactly, but what shields do, how we adjust them, the things that you can and can't do with it. We're going to look at some profiles as well. So let's start, first of all, by sharing my screen, and then we'll get into it. Okay, so the first place you want to know is where to go and download Brave. Now, you're going to need a browser to do this, so use Chrome or use Edge. Once you've done that, you can either uninstall Chrome, and try to minimize the use of Edge as much as you can. Edge, of course, is built into Windows, so you can't uninstall it, but yeah, you can get around it a little bit. Okay, so to find Brave, you need to go to https://brave.com. You can see the screen here. If you click on Get Brave, it will download the file for you, install it just like you do Chrome, just like you do any other application, and it will install the browser for you. And you can see that I am actually using Brave here to do this. Now, I've got notes over here, so please bear with me if I'm glancing away from the screen. I want to make sure I get all the notes right here. The first thing we're going to have a look at is shields. So when you actually install Brave and start using it, you'll notice here up in the address bar, to the right-hand side of the address bar, you have a little lion's head. It's orange, and well, it might be orange, it might be grey. Now, if you mouse over it, you'll see it says Brave Shields. This is where all the magic happens. If you click on that, what you'll see is that it tells you that Brave has blocked trackers, ads, and more. Well, we haven't been to brave.com much, so we haven't had anything blocked. I wouldn't expect them trying to do much tracking with us either, to be honest. But you can see how many trackers, ads, and such have been blocked here. You can also see that shields are up. Now, what this says is that it the tracking and the blocking is actually working. So let me take my notes here and I will just read out what my notes actually say so I get them right. The shields do things like blocking trackers, ads, fingerprinting, and cross-site cookies. When you get into the shields panel, you'll see that it is per site. That's the important thing that I want to get here, is that this shields panel is per site. So whilst you can look at a lot of data in one spot, in Brave, you can actually look at each individual site. You can adjust the shields and the advanced controls for the sites if you're having problems. Now, one of the things I find when I'm using Brave is I go to some sites and the page doesn't load properly, or I'm missing things. And one of the things I'll do is, the first thing I'll do is I'll turn off the shields just by clicking that button. You see here it says shields are down. It's not protected by Brave Shields. I'll turn it off and then I will reload the page and see if it fixes the problem. Some of the things that Brave blocks, and quite rightly so, will also block things that look like advertisements on sites. So I've had problems with some embedded forms. The way the form is embedded on the page, or the way the form pops up on the page, it looks like it's an ad. And Brave says, no, that's an ad, we're blocking it. And sometimes I just need to turn it off so that I can see it. Really, really hard when you're a developer and you're trying to do that sort of thing. The other options that you have under the Brave Shields panel is the advanced controls. And we're just going to quickly go through them. You can get a level of granularity for each things that you're blocking. So block trackers and ads, you'll see it's got a drop-down menu on it. You can use the default, which is block trackers and ads. You can allow all trackers and ads. I would really recommend you don't. Why bother using a browser like this if you're going to allow the trackers and ads? Or you can aggressively block trackers and ads. I would recommend being very, very careful with being aggressive on it. It can cause you problems. You can upgrade connections to HTTPS. So what that will do is it will automatically try to take a HTTP connection and make it HTTPS. If you're not quite sure what that means, what it means is that from your browser to the website, a tunnel is formed, a secure tunnel is formed. Make a tunnel here. And it makes it harder for people to sniff your traffic, to intercept your traffic and get things that are being sent in plain text out of your traffic. It doesn't make it impossible, but it makes it a lot harder. So if you can, keep it to upgrade connections to HTTPS. I really don't think you will be making many changes here at all. You'll notice that block scripts is turned off. I recommend leaving it off. So many sites use scripts to enhance your enjoyment of a site, to enhance your experience of a site. It's best to leave it off. If you are worried about scripts running on your computer, certainly turn it off. But if the sites aren't working properly, that's the first place I'd be looking if you have turned it off. Fingerprinting, we'll just go across. There are several fingerprinting, and I'm not quite sure exactly what it means, but what it does is it fingerprinting, rather than writing cookies to your computer, it looks at the font you're using, the language you're using, what plugins, the screen you're using, the user agent you're using, and it says, oh, that setting is that person, and that's how they can track you from site to site. It's not as robust as writing cookies, but it does work, and you'll sometimes find that you go somewhere, even if you've said delete all the cookies, and they're still tracking you. So the Brave will automatically anti-fingerprint things and make sure they remove that from your experience as well. I recommend leaving that on. If you're having problems and you don't want to take the shields off, you can play around with some of these. Block third-party cookies. So third-party cookies are the ones that tend to come from advertising networks like Meta, like Google Ads, like Yahoo Ads. So if you're blocking those cookies, you are automatically blocking the ad tracking cookies. And the other thing you can do is you can have it delete your cookies and delete anything to do with you when you close the site. I tend to leave it running. I tend to leave it. I don't mind if the sites have a little bit of a record of me. I just don't want to get tracked from site to site to site. The other thing that we have are filter lists. Now, if I click on that, this is actually a global setting. Yes, this is a global setting. And under filter lists, now you can find that by going to Brave, setting, shields over here, and then under shields, content filters. You'll see you've got a whole heap of filters, show full list, we'll just do the show full list, a whole heap of lists that have filters built into it. Now you'll notice I have most of them unchecked, but I can go through a couple of them. So the cookie notice blocker, I've got this turned off. You guys might want to turn it on. I've got it turned off because I do a lot of development and I need to make sure that things like those pop-ups that say, the pop-ups that come along and say, we track only essential cookies. Do you accept this? Yes or no? And it puts that banner up and it really gets annoying because you've got to click yes or no every time you go to it. If you click on that, that's going to disappear for you. It's just going to automatically accept whatever is set. I don't tend to worry about it, by the way, because I'm running Brave. I know that most of the cookies aren't being written anyway. So you might want to have that checked. I turned it off, and I turn it off because when I'm creating websites, I need to be able to see if that banner is actually working. You've got things like annoying distractions blocker, you've got AI suggestions blocker, newsletter pop-up blocker. So if you've got sites that you go to that just keep popping up newsletter reminders, you might want to just click on that. I don't tend to mind it as long as if I go to a site and it only shows it to me once, that's fine. But if it shows it to me on every other page, I'm going to turn that on while I'm on that site. The promo blocker, I absolutely turn off. The mobile app promo blocker, I turn on. What else is there? Social media, YouTube Shorts. So if you're watching YouTube in your Brave browser, particularly on your desktop, but you can run Brave on your mobile. I'll cover that in just a moment. You have a number of things with YouTube that you can do. You can turn off the shorts. You can actually block the shorts in your YouTube app so it won't show you shorts. I know a lot of you don't like the shorts being promoted to you. If you check that and you use Brave to go and view YouTube, you're not going to see them. It will turn off the recommendations blocker on mobile. If you've got auto-dubbed videos, it's going to turn them off. It'll block them for you. It will turn off that end video elements. Oh, that's gone. Excellent. Some of these are new too, or have been added fairly recently. So YouTube end video elements, where you've got that end video thing that says go here, have a look at all these other videos. You can turn that off as well. You can turn off video adverts saying members only videos. You can turn off distraction elements. I should turn these all off actually. I'm not going to turn off the image thumbnails. I like the thumbnails. I very, very visual person, but you can turn off thumbnails if you want. So with YouTube, you can do a whole heap of things that will enhance your enjoyment of YouTube. It'll take you back to some of the original days of using YouTube, which is fantastic. Okay, look, there's a whole heap more. If you want to know about them, you can go and look them up. You can find out about them. You can also turn on a porn blocker, prawn. I can't say that word. Oops. You can turn that on, and that's going to stop those sorts of sites appearing as well. Okay, so that's what's under the content filter, the filter lists down here. So right now we've looked at the number, we've looked at what our shields can do, we've looked at filtering, we've looked at whether we want to block fingerprinting. Just going to close that window down. So when you're finished here, you can just close that window down. And you'll see I've still got my shields up. And we've got everything here running for us. That's all you really have to do with Brave. Once it's installed and running, you don't need to do a lot. If you are having some troubles, you might want to just come in and turn the shields off for a bit and see if that's a problem. And if it's not a problem, then it's probably a problem with the site. Now, that's the first thing that we wanted to go through with Brave. It's anti-privacy. Sorry, it's privacy first. Its whole thing is about making sure that you are private and you are secure when you are browsing, or as secure as you can be without any extra things when you're browsing the web. Chrome extensions do work with Brave. So if you've got your favorite Chrome extension, I don't want to move from Chrome because I like this extension. See if it will work with Brave. Most of them do. Some are. In fact, I haven't had one that hasn't worked with Brave. Now, I don't use a lot of extensions, especially once I moved to Brave. I didn't have to use a lot of extensions because a lot of it is already there, and I didn't have to remove ads, and I don't have to do this, and I don't have to do the next thing. But it's all there for you. Okay, so that's the privacy side of it. Now, what I want to show you is profiles and why profiles are so cool. You can do this with Chrome, and you can do this with, you can do it with Firefox. Not sure you can do it with Firefox. I think you need an add-on with Firefox, but you can definitely do it with Chrome. So Chrome and Brave have this thing called profiles. Now, profiles, if I come over here, you'll see I've got this little colored icon in the top right-hand corner of my address bar. If I click on that, you'll see that I have a whole heap, which are going to be, the names of which are going to be blurred out. But I have a whole heap of profiles. Now, I've actually put up here, let me just turn that down for a minute. I've actually put up here profiles for each of my clients. So when I need to log into a service for a client that I use for myself, I will create a profile for the client and I will log in on that profile for that client. And that means that I can switch between my two profiles. I can have my login here and it's working for me and it's logged in for me, and I can have their login on their profile, all on the one interface. It's really cool. It saves me so much time. I don't have to log out. I don't have to log back in. It will all be there. Now, the question is, how do you create a profile and what do you need to think about? It's kind of easy. Go back up to that icon where it says your icon name. You'll see I've got this name Test because I'm doing this video. You can come down and you can click on the Add a Brave profile. And when you add a Brave profile, you've got a whole heap of options that you can go through. Your color, the color that it is. Now, the color, when you come down and you're looking at these colors, that's the color that appears up in the address bar and such. So you'll see that it's yellowish at the moment, or beige. If I click blue or blue-gray, it goes blue-gray. If I click the green, it goes light green. You can also choose your own color picker. So let me go bright pink. There you go. You get a salmon color. Okay. I'm just going to choose a yellow. It's not my favorite color. You do have to enter a name. So episode 682, just so I know what it is. And you'll notice here too, you've got a little customize avatar, little pencil. If you mouse over it, you can change your avatar. Now, you don't have a lot of options. But you've got some. So you can have different icons in your profile list to show you that they are different. Now, I think I chose this as yellow, so I'm going to choose a yellow icon. Okay. So I try to match my background colors with my icons just to make it easy. Maybe I'm a bit silly. I'm going to click done and we're done. Now, the other benefit of having a profile is that you'll see I've created the new profile here. I am actually in my profile. I'll come back to that in a minute. If I go and have a look at, I'm just looking for it. It's not there. Okay, it's here. Under where it says action required, you'll see it's prompting me, telling me that there are extensions that I can add for this profile. So you can have profiles that have some extensions active and profiles that don't have them active. Really good when you're trying to test something, really good if you're trying to prove one thing works better than the other, or it works when this is on, or it doesn't work when this is on, or I see these things differently. You can have different extensions enabled in different profiles, which I think is fantastic. Now, to manage your profiles, you'll see it's telling me that it wants to enable them and add them. To enable your extensions under the action required, or the 3 bars on the right-hand side, come down to extensions. I'll say manage extensions. It tells me what I've already got installed that I can use on this browser, this profile, not this browser, this profile immediately. If I want to add more, I just zip across to the web store and search for what I'm looking for, and then install it, and it installs just like it does on Chrome. You'll see it's even the Chrome Web Store it's using. So most of the Chrome extensions work on Brave. Alrighty, guys, that's about it for Brave. It is probably, let me turn that off, just open a new tab. There we go. It's probably one of my favorite browsers to use. Oh, I was going to mention the mobile. So let me come back and have a chat to you. Okay, so let me talk to you about the mobile app. So there is a mobile app. If you you can actually sync your devices up between Brave, your Brave desktop and your mobile app. It will show you a combined history, or it'll show you the history that you've used on your desktop and your mobile. So if you've been searching something on your phone and you're using your desktop, like, oh, it's on my phone, you can actually see it in your search history and go and look at it. You can share content between the two devices. You can have a look at what tabs were open on your mobile device and on your desktop and reopen them if you want. It's really good. I love it. You can have the different profiles on your mobile as well, so you can switch between profiles on your mobile as well. The thing that I wanted to talk about Brave on your mobile, which is something I've discovered recently, is its YouTube functionality is amazing. I like to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I like to put them in background while I'm reading email or I'm doing something else on my phone. And the only way you can do that using the YouTube app is to buy a subscription. The only way you can get rid of ads is to buy a subscription if you're using the mobile app. If you go to youtube.com on your Brave browser, and you start browsing, you start listening to a video, you can actually put that video as a picture in picture. It has the option to do that. It will continue to play while you tab out of your browser and go and look at other things on your phone. I even managed to turn the screen off when I do that, so I can have it sitting over here while a video is playing and I'm doing something else. I might be doing, I might be cleaning up something, or I might be doing something and I just want that video and I want to hear it, not necessarily watch it. Great for music, by the way, really, really good for music. And it will just play for you. It doesn't disconnect, it doesn't stop playing. And that's something that Brave has patched recently, because YouTube did something and Brave said, yep, we fixed it. So if you're looking for a really all-rounder app that does everything that Chrome does and doesn't track you, I'd highly recommend Brave. Now, I don't get anything out of these videos for doing these recommendations. What I do get out of them is to say to you guys, be safe, keep your privacy in mind, and think about the functionality you can get, and highlighting things like that YouTube thing on the mobile app. I had no idea I could do that until I read something, went, cool, let's go do it. Alrighty, so guys, what browsers do you use? I'm not even sure if Brave works on Macintosh or Apple devices. I think it does. I would love to know. If you're using an Apple device, please let me know. If it doesn't, that's cool. It's good to know myself. But do you use Brave? Have you used it? Have you tried it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What were the things that you liked and didn't like? Have I asked more questions than I've answered here? Sort of hope so. That's how we learn and grow. It also helps me hone my content so that it's more valuable to you. So please do let me know one way or the other by leaving comments wherever you're watching or listening to this video. If this episode was useful to you, please consider giving it a like and sharing it with a friend. That would be very helpful. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop more content. And finally, if you ever need help with any of this, setting up your browsers, understanding what they do, just doing a run through on them, whatever it is, I am here to help you. You can book a 30-minute free breakthrough session by going to askcharlyleetham.com and clicking, I think it's that side. I think that's right, the top right-hand corner of my site. There's a book your breakthrough session. click there and you can book a free session. If you've already used your free session and you're still needing help, I am available to hire. Just reach out and we will make accommodations for you. Make accommodations, that sounds terrible. I'll help you out. There you go. All right, guys, that's it for Walkthrough Wednesday. I will see you on Friday for Firewall Friday. Until then, be well and may your businesses thrive. Bye. Hey there, thanks so much for tuning in to Rise and Shine, your daily business tech boost. I hope today's episode gave you some actionable insights that will make your business tech work smarter for you. If you found value, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other small business owners who could use a daily boost. For more tips, tools, and resources, visit www.askcharlyleetham.com. Until next time, keep rising, keep shining, and let's make tech simple together.